What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool news video where we will talk about Liverpool FC announcing their financial results for the year of 2020 until May the 31st. So basically almost the whole of last season, including 3 months of pandemic football. And Liverpool lost before tax a total of £46 million, which really worries me because that was just 3 months of football without fans. Imagine what the financial results will be 1 year from now when basically the whole of this season is without fans, like almost the whole of this season. And we want to analyze the results together with you guys in this video. So leave your comments, leave your thoughts in the comments below. How can Liverpool bounce back from this season without Champions League football and with the financial results which could be devastatingly bad for this season? So the pandemic impacts the final 3 months of this financial account. Media revenue went down by 59% to £2,002 million for the year of last season, and matchday revenue was down by 13 million to 71 million. So 13 million matchday revenue down for just 3 months of pandemic football. That could be like 50 million or 60 million a loss just on matchday revenue for this season that we are in right now. Media revenue also was down because the football was stopped for a couple of months. This season the media revenue should be alright, but next season I think it will be again pretty bad because of probably Liverpool playing Europa League football and not being in the Champions League. And my opinion, just to interject here, Liverpool probably saved around £20 million not signing a first-class centre-back in the January transfer window. I wanted a centre-back to be signed on January the 1st. Liverpool saved maybe 20 million not signing one, but we could lose upwards of 70-80 million pounds of revenue by not qualifying for the Champions League. So did that gamble pay off for the Liverpool owners? Not really, and Jurgen Klopp's fans were tied behind his back, probably for the very fact that Liverpool didn't sign a proper centre-back until the last day of the transfer window, and even then we signed basically Ben Davies, who never plays, and Ozan Kabak, who was a loan signing. The only good news from these financial results is that commercial revenue was increased by 29 million because Liverpool announced 8 new partnerships in this period. So basically the commercial revenue rose by 29 million pounds to 217 million, but I think there is still room for growth there because Liverpool are one of the most popular clubs in the world. So Liverpool should have no problems getting more and more sponsors in. So the overall revenue was down by 43 million pounds to 490 million. And what is also good news is that besides getting new partners, Liverpool's retail experienced a significant increase in growth with, of course, winning the Premier League and that home kit breaking record sales, the one that I'm wearing right now. And also the club's international expansion plans also added growth with new retail stores opened in Thailand, Singapore and Vietnam. And I think in the US and Asian markets there is huge room for improvement for Liverpool FC. And Andy Hughes, the Liverpool's managing director, said that Liverpool were in a solid financial position before the pandemic, and since this reporting period we have continued to manage our costs effectively and navigate our way through such an unprecedented period. What has remained constant throughout the pandemic is Liverpool's desire to support the local community and those who live in and around Anfield and across the city region. But I think the owners' attempt to join the European Super League was also down to the fact that Liverpool are reporting financial losses, but still that's just one of the reasons, but it was still a horrible idea executed tremendously badly, and I really am happy that it blew up in their faces. It should have never happened in the first place. They should have consulted with the fans, the players and Jurgen Klopp as well. And Liverpool's £46 million loss is a relatively modest loss compared to other clubs who attempted to join the European Super League, because AC Milan lost 69 million pounds last season. Manchester City lost 125 million pounds. Barcelona lost 112 million pounds, which are absolutely staggering numbers. That's like Milan's loss is like 3 times as much as Liverpool. Also, Inter Milan lost 85 million, Juventus 72 million, Tottenham 68 million, Arsenal 54 million. So a lot of big clubs lost a lot more money than Liverpool. Chelsea are the only club who recorded a profit, because that was probably because of Eden Hazard's sale, but they recorded a 36 million pound profit. But they also signed a lot of players after this financial period, so probably it's worth considering that when you are thinking about Chelsea recording a profit. So this group of 12 clubs who attempted to join the Europa League, they also revenues fall sharply due to the pandemic, and these 12 clubs in total lost 739 million pounds, a figure accounting for 13% of the overall income. And that is a huge loss. Liverpool only lost 8% of their overall income. I say that only, it's still a big number, but not as bad as some of the other clubs. And of course the Premier League clubs have held a little bit of a financial advantage to the other clubs, the European rivals, because of the Premier League's TV deal. But broadcasting revenue also fell sharply due to the deferrals and the season being extended beyond the close of accounting, which was May the 31st. But if you remember, the season finished in the middle of the summer. And Liverpool's broadcasting revenue only fell by 23%, and I say only because Arsenal's revenue fell 36%, their broadcasting revenue, I'm talking about. Man United 42% and Tottenham 44%. Tottenham's broadcasting revenue almost was cut in half. That is incredible. That's why they took out a 200 million pound loan, and also because of them building a new stadium. And what is interesting is that Liverpool recorded 73 million pound of matchday revenue, which will be probably totally wiped out for this season, but last season it was still 73 million, and only Arsenal, Man United and Tottenham recorded more. So Tottenham's new stadium has really outdone itself by recording a record revenue. When you compare Tottenham to Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool, they are not as huge clubs, but Tottenham's matchday revenue is pretty impressive. So overall, I think Liverpool are still in a decent position. It depends on the Liverpool owners. I think if they want to keep Liverpool and they don't want to sell Liverpool FC, if they want to get the fans back on side, they have to spend some money. I know that Liverpool are trying to operate self-sufficiently, but the pandemic has hit us hard, and if we don't invest in the squad, we have a real danger of missing out on this golden period that Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool are experiencing. In the past 4 years, we won the Premier League, the Champions League, we got to 2 Champions League finals, but we won't get anywhere near the Premier League title or anywhere near winning the Champions League again if Jurgen Klopp is not backed in the transfer market. But of course I want Liverpool to do it in the right way, in the sensible way, but we just have to ride this pandemic out and invest in the squad as smartly as we can. So Michael Edwards has one hell of a incredibly huge job on his hands. And I think the most pressing concern is Liverpool's attack. What do we do with Mane, Firmino and Salah? Who do we bring in? Do we sell any of them? The spark of old has well and truly gone. Only Salah has retained his form. Mane and Firmino were well below their usual level, but I think we should give them another season with full stadiums. I think Firmino and Mane will perform much better. They are both players who thrive on the emotion of the fans. But with all 3 players, Mane, Firmino and Salah, entering the final 2 years of their contracts, which are expiring in 2023, and also all of them are aged 29 by the start of next season, Liverpool have a number of potential scenarios to think about and important decisions to make in the summer. Do Liverpool plan to cash in on any of the front 3 this summer? If so, which one do they sell, and for what kind of fee? Who would they actually be able to sell to in the pandemic What kind of replacements would they look at? Which type of forward should they be targeting, regardless of what happens with Mane, Salah and Firmino, in order to add greater variety and competition? I think the Jota type of forward, that's what Liverpool should be targeting. And if all three players end up staying, which I think is the most likely scenario, mainly because Jurgen Klopp still wants to give them another chance, and also no club will have 100 million to spend on Mane or Salah, in my opinion, in the summer. How will these front three players' roles within the squad evolve in the near future? So this is a lot of things to think about for Liverpool FC in the summer. And also I'm very happy to tell you guys that Harvey Elliott was nominated for Young Player of the Season at the English Football League Awards show. And he's just 18 years old. He has a hugely productive loan spell at Blackburn, where he has 6 goals and 11 assists from his 40 appearances. And Harvey Elliott, playing regularly and playing adult football, will do him the world of good, and he's developing really nicely. And I think Harvey Elliott should be part of the Liverpool first team next season. We should sell Shaqiri, we should sell Divock Origi, and bring Harvey Elliott back and really give him a squad role and play him regularly. And Bayern Munich finally announced that Julian Nagelsmann will be their new manager, and they are paying close to £20 million to buy him out from his Leipzig contract, which is good news for Liverpool fans as well, because this puts an end to the Jurgen Klopp to Bayern Munich rumors, which I don't think it had any legs. I fully believed that Jurgen Klopp will stay at Liverpool. We just need to build a better squad for Jurgen Klopp for next season. Christian Falk also tweeted out that it's a done deal. Bayern and Leipzig agreed on a transfer of Julian Nagelsmann. The new coach gets a new 5-year contract. And it's really staggering that in the Bundesliga, Bayern Munich, if any club gets to rival them, they buy their best players, they buy even their manager. So nobody is able to break the dominance of Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga and in German football. And I don't really like it that Bayern are basically winning 9 league titles in 10 years on average lately, and it makes for a pretty boring Bundesliga. And I really hope that the Premier League doesn't turn out like that. But if Man City can spend as much as they want without the concern for financial fair play, then ultimately the Premier League might end up being a similar league where Man City already won 3 Premier League titles in the past 4 years, with this season title all but secured for them. So it's pretty worrying. And also they have like 5 Premier League titles now in 10 years, something like that. So that's pretty worrying. If Man City win the title again next season and the season after that, then it could be a total dominance of Manchester City in English football. And the fact that they already won 4 League Cups in a row, matching the record of Liverpool FC in the 80s, is hugely worrying for me, because they only are doing this because they have bottomless amounts of cash, and they weren't punished because of financial fair play breaches, because they have like the best lawyers in the world. So it leaves a bitter taste in my mouth, but that's just my opinion. Feel free to disagree with me in the comments below. And thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.